Hello and welcome once again to Good Frickin Cookin with your host, Ryan Frick. Today we're going to make cheesy scalloped potatoes. Now this is my own little twist on scalloped potatoes because, let's face it, I love cheese. And I think scalloped potatoes is a perfect side dish for baked ham. And like my baked ham recipe, this thing is super easy to do. So why don't we get started? So the first order of business is to slice your potatoes. Now you want to slice them all the same thickness so that they'll all cook evenly. And you want to slice them on the thin side, probably 1/8 of an inch. Now you see here I've got a mandolin. And these are great for, getting slices all the same thickness, except my mandolin doesn't have a depth setting on it. And it was set to very thin, as you can see here. I thought, well, I think maybe that'll fly. It turns out they could have been thicker. You can use your food processor if you want, or you know what, just go ahead and, brush up on your knife skills and do it that way. Anyway, it takes about 2 pounds of potatoes, which roughly translates to about, 7, 8 potatoes. Now on a side note, you can see I'm using my mandolin without the proper hand guard. I'm just using it barehanded here. Now that little blade will happily take off the tips of your fingers right along with a potato. Now I come from a small country town, and we call people who do this an idiot. Do not do this. Do as I say, not as I do. If you don't have a hand guard, use your food processor or use your knife. So once you've got your potatoes all sliced, go ahead and lay them in nice and even in a buttered 9x13 casserole dish. And now we can turn our attention to our sauce. So in a saucepan over medium heat, melt in 3 tablespoons of butter and then add in 1 chopped onion and saute that for a good 5-6 minutes. You just want to sweat them a little. Once that's done, add in a few cloves of garlic, give that a stir for 30 seconds, and then add in a tablespoon or so of flour. And cook that for a few more minutes just till the starchy taste is out of the flour. And now we add in 2 cups of half and half and a half cup of buttermilk. Now I like the tang of buttermilk. I think it really tasted great in this recipe. If you don't like it, just substitute that with another cup of half and half. Go ahead and cook that until it starts to thicken a little bit, and then add in your cheese. Now that's 1 cup of shredded cheddar. Turn your heat off and mix that up until the cheese is all melted in, and then go ahead and pour it all over your potatoes. Now push down any potatoes that are sticking up above the cream, then go ahead and top it off with a cup of shredded cheddar and then a half cup of panko breadcrumbs. Now you can put it in a 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes. If you're cooking it along with your ham, that's cooking at 325. It'll probably take about a good hour or so. The way you check it is with a fork. If the potatoes are nice and tender when you push the fork in, then they're done. Now what you want to do is go ahead and set your broiler, and you leave it underneath for about 2 minutes. And that's it. All you want is your cheese to melt and get a little golden brown. Now don't do what I did, because I left mine in for a good 4 or 5 minutes because I got distracted. And yeah, you can guess what happened, right? I don't want to show you, but okay, I'll show you. Yep, I burn it. Just on the very top, but still, I burn it. So you can have a nice laugh on me. So make sure that you only do yours for a couple of minutes. That's it, just to the golden brown. And check often. Well, anyway, I managed to salvage at least a little bit on the right there. See, that's golden brown. So that's what I used to scoop up on the plate. You got to make it look good for the pictures. Anyway, even with the little bit of the burnt there, it tasted awesome. The cream and the cheese, the onion and the garlic, and that buttermilk added a nice little bit of tang to it too. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. Until next time, this is Ryan Frick with Good Frickin Cookin. Catch you later. And hey, have yourself a Merry Frickin' Christmas.